Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to talk about the iPad mini 6 from a student's perspective. In this video I'm going to talk about a few features that I think you should be looking at if you're considering buying this iPad, and then hopefully we can come to some sort of conclusion on whether this is actually great for students or not. First things first, let's talk about the screen size of the iPad mini. This has got an 8.3 inch screen, it's liquid retina. Clear, nice contrast, great for watching movies even though it's kind of small. From my experience of using the iPad mini, I have a love-hate relationship with the screen size. On one hand, I think the screen size is fantastic because it adds to the portability. On the other hand, the problem with the screen size is that I think it's too small. It's not an iPad Pro, it's not an iPad Air, which they have like 10+ inch screen sizes. However, one way to combat this is you gotta think about the kind of student you are. If you're a student that has a small notepad, then you're used to making notes on a small page. If you're that type of student, then I think, yeah, this will be great for you. If you're the type of student that likes taking notes in larger notepads, then I don't think this iPad mini will be for you, unfortunately. From my experience, I found it to be a bit uncomfortable when writing notes in this. I'll go over note taking later on in the video, but I found note taking on this to be a bit uncomfortable because of the screen size. If it was a bigger screen, then I think I would enjoy note taking more. That's why I have a love-hate relationship with this, because on the one hand, it's great in terms of its portability. If it had a bigger screen size, then I guess it wouldn't be as portable, but I think that's one of the key strengths of this iPad. If you're the type of student that you don't mind, small notepads, that kind of thing, a smaller screen to jot your notes, jot your thoughts down, then yeah, this will be great for you. But if you're the type of person that you want to be comfortable when you're taking notes, you prefer a bigger screen, then yeah, I will probably say skip this, go for the iPad Air or the iPad Pro if you've got the budget. So let's move on to portability. As I said earlier on in the video, I think portability is literally the iPad mini's biggest strength. This thing can fit in your back pocket, it can fit in a small bag, and it's lightweight. You can also accompany it with accessories that are also lightweight. We'll go on to accessories later on in the video. But I think the portability of this device is fantastic. There are some days that I may prefer using this as opposed to using my laptop, which has a bigger screen, but my laptop is a bit heavier. But because this is smaller, it's lighter, I just pop it in my bag and I just take my keyboard with me so that when I get to my desk, I can just set it up and just start typing away and getting stuff done. So when it comes to note taking, I've had a mixed experience with it. As I said before earlier in the video, I have a love-hate relationship with the screen size. The screen size has prevented me from really enjoying taking notes on this. Like, my note-taking experience hasn't been the best, because what I find is that if I'm taking notes, my hand will be, on the outer edge of the screen, and that can be uncomfortable, especially when you're in a lecture that's probably like an hour and a half, 2 hours. Not that you'll be taking notes for the whole time, but again, if the screen was bigger, taking notes on this would be, a better experience in my opinion. But that being said, it's still a fantastic note-taking device. I've had no issues, with the pen. I think the Apple Pencil, although it is expensive, and in my opinion, I think the Apple Pencil should come with the iPad mini for free, but we can get into that. That's a whole nother video. But I think the Apple Pencil is really good. It's very responsive as you're making notes on your iPad. There's no lagging or latency issues. The Apple Pencil is a great addition to it. It's enjoyable, to say the least, but I prefer using a keyboard, when it comes to typing notes on my iPad. That's my preferred workflow, and I think it just works for me. But some people may just enjoy just using a pen. But as I said earlier on, if you're a student that prefers taking notes in smaller notepads, then yeah, you're gonna have a field day with this. However, if you're a student that you prefer bigger screen, but you don't mind finding an alternative to using the Apple Pencil, so you want a different workflow, I would say go for this, because like I said, I don't use an Apple Pencil. I prefer using a keyboard. I find it to just be a lot better, more comfortable. As for reading articles, I think this is also really good. Again, the screen size is a bit small, so you're gonna have to zoom in, especially if the text on the page is quite small. But as for highlighting and reading articles, PDFs, that kind of thing, I've had no problems. The screen size doesn't actually worsen your reading experience. I think it adds to it. And the fact that you can just read on the go and download ebooks, download articles, that kind of thing. So as a student, you'd want to be downloading those lecture slides, or, if you want to read a PDF, then you can do that on this, and you can highlight notes. It's great for all of that. But again, the biggest thing is like a screen size. It's either you love it or you hate it, really. It's basically like Marmite, I think. But yeah, that's been my experience in terms of taking notes and reading on this thing. So when it comes to accessories, I like using the Logitech wireless keys to go Bluetooth keyboard. This is a very good budget keyboard. You know, I know Apple have their, you know, their Magic Keyboard. It's $300 for that. Whereas you can get this on Amazon right now for around $60, and it will last you pretty much forever, I think. The wonderful thing about this is the fact that the battery life lasts a hell of a long time, especially if you're somebody that doesn't use it every day. If you use this like sparingly, once a week or something, then the battery life on this keyboard can last you for up to 3 months. I'm still testing that, by the way, you know, to see if it's true, but it's soft to type on. Like, the keyboard is soft itself. If you want to, you can also use the Apple Pencil while using the keyboard. I think that's kind of overkill in my opinion. The iPad mini really shines when you pair it up with accessories. That's how I think a student should use this. You know, you need to pair this up with different accessories, whether it be the Apple Pencil, you know, or with a Bluetooth keyboard, and almost change it into a, you know, a mini laptop or mini computer with a very small screen. So if you haven't already, make sure you check out my latest video. I talk about 5 cool desk accessories that I think will be great, you know, for your desktop or working space. And I mentioned this keyboard, you know, so make sure you check it out if you haven't already. You know, very fun video. I would love to do more stuff like that. This is one of the best purchases I've made this year. And yeah, I just switch on the Bluetooth and pair it up, and yeah, man, I can just stay working on this and get stuff done, you know, which is what we all want to do. So when it comes to gaming, this is not designed for gaming, but you can game on this, you know. Obviously, as a student, I think you'd probably want to game in between lectures. So I think gaming is a vital part, you know. Taking notes is important, you know, work and all of that, but I think it's important to also have some fun while doing all of those things. So in terms of gaming, I think this thing is great, you know, but it won't replace your PlayStation or your gaming PC. That's not what this does, but you can play games in 60 frames per second, you know, because of that 60 Hz refresh rate, which I think is very, very good. To be honest with you, some of the games on Apple Arcade are like very good. You know, I'm interested to see how far they go with Apple Arcade, like in terms of whether they'll want to make like AAA games. But in terms of the quality of the games on, you know, the App Store, I think they're very, very solid, very enjoyable. They have a wide variety. So whether you're into role-playing games or first-person shooters, racing car games, fighting games, they have all of that. But this is not an iPad Pro. You know, this doesn't have the ProMotion display, the 120 Hz refresh rate. You've got a 60 Hz refresh rate here, 60 frames per second, and I think you can definitely enjoy gaming on here. All you need to do is pair up your Xbox Pad or PlayStation controller, connect it via Bluetooth, and then you're good to go. You can start gaming on it. I think where the iPad mini 6 really shines is handheld gaming. Handheld gaming on this is a blast. It's really fun. With the size of the screen, I think it works very well. I think this is just great for casual, you know, casual gaming really. You know, if you just want to have something to do on your iPad while you're waiting in between lectures, or you're on a break, or you're on lunch, or just something like that. You know, you're at a coffee shop and, you know, you're tired of working, taking notes all day. You just want to just sit back, play some games, have some fun, immerse yourself in some worlds, then yeah, I think, yeah, this can do it, you know. But if you're looking for a bigger experience and more smoother experience, then 100% go for the iPad Pro. Overall, I would say that the iPad mini 6 is a great device for students, but it all depends on how you use it as a student. You know, I think the iPad mini is great when accompanied with accessories. So whether you get the Apple Pencil with it, or you prefer getting a keyboard, if you use the iPad with any of these accessories, then I think you can get the most out of your iPad mini. From my experience of using the iPad mini over the last few months, I think of this as more of an all-rounder. Like, it can do a lot of things and it can do them reasonably well. I think the only thing that's really holding this tablet back is the screen size. If it had a bigger screen, then I think this could be close to perfect. As I said, it can do a lot of things. You can take notes on this, you can game on this. I like to use this as a productivity tool. I like to just jot down stuff that I need to do during the day. You know, it just keeps me organized. I use this as an organization tool, really. Honestly speaking though, if I had to choose between the iPad Pro and the iPad mini 6, I'll go for the iPad mini 6. If there's something in particular that I really want to do on it, besides taking notes, for example, like gaming, then yeah, I'll go for the iPad Pro. Because of the 120 Hz refresh rate, my experience with the iPad Pro will be just a lot better, a lot smoother, you know. But as a student, man, you just need to just get your notes, take your notes and use this as a way of organizing yourself. And I think you'll be happy with the iPad mini 6, in my opinion. Stay tuned, guys. I'm going to do a video comparing the iPad mini 6 to the iPad Air M1 that I just released. Make sure you check out all my recent videos, you know, on the iPad mini 6 review. That's just a general, like, real world review. It's been doing really well, so thank you so much, guys. Check out my desk accessories video as well. Just released that. Hope you guys enjoyed them, and yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video really soon. Take care.